pretty hard deciding what the fuck you want to do with yourself, especially being diagnosed with bipolar disorder 1. The mania makes me want to do everything. And I got this passion for music. And, I put out songs, put out music. I do it very well. Not really, but whatever. Music is subjective. Uh, but when I'm not manic, I don't want to do any of this shit. They call it the euthymic phase, where you're on this normal plane after a manic episode or after a depressed episode. You go to this normal plane of living, but you can have lingering effects from either the mania or the depression. So there's no balance really, to be honest. I mean, if you take your meds, go to therapy, manage everything, then it may not hit you as hard, but it's still gonna come because mania can't be stopped, depression can't be stopped, especially in most people, because not everyone has the same. Not everyone goes through the same thing when they're manic or depressed. All the symptoms. There's multiple symptoms, so everyone's not gonna have the same exact symptoms because there's multiple ones, and you only need 3 or 4 of each. So everyone with bipolar is not the same, because we all go through different things at different times. But we all know what mania means. We all know that feeling. We all know what we do in mania: the impulsivity, the talkativeness, the racing thoughts, the self-inflated, the grandiosity, the increased need for sleep, hypersexuality in some people. Some people need to shop. You know what I'm saying? The impulsivity is high, reckless behavior, but we feel great. You know what I'm saying? That energy is there, that euphoria, that elevation. Sometimes you get irritable, and when you're irritable, you need 3 more. So that means you need 4 symptoms when you're irritable, instead of your normal 3. And it can get hard, man. It can get real hard because mania is addicting for me anyway. I love mania. I love feeling great. I love feeling non-euthymic. I don't do anything when I'm euthymic. I don't do anything when I'm normal. I just sit around and wonder what the fuck am I doing with my life. But when I'm depressed, you get all that neuroses and sadness and hopelessness and guilt, and all that can be managed though. So you're at the point where you're going through therapy and you're taking your meds, and cognitive thoughts, cheat codes, and it can help you through that depressive episode. But you feel different. Some people like that. Some people like feeling low, and because again, I get a lot done when I'm in a depressive episode. I make music. I make depressed music, make sad music. I get it out somehow. I talk to people. But when I'm manic, I make way too much music. I'm not on a single task. You get me? Because I'm all over the place. But again, I still love that feeling. It's an addictiveness. I have addictive personality. Not really, because I don't really get addicted too much. But when I go in, I go in. Like, let's say I'll binge on coke for 3 months, and then I'll be done with coke forever. It's like that. I have that type of addictive personality where I go in real hard. My impulsivities get me, and I'm just reckless, and I just go in. But I'm done with it because I get bored with it, and that's me. I get bored with a lot of shit. Video games, music, sex. It's a lot of things. Like I'll be up and wanting it, but after mania, man, I don't want to deal with anything. And I think that's the sucky part about my disorder. And I know a lot of other bipolar people probably go through it because, again, we're all different, but we still share a lot of the same things. And I would get bored quickly with things. Like, I don't want to do a lot of things. See my little boxing thing back there. I jump on that every day, but that's to make me feel better. The little exercise I need to get. Yeah, I just wanted to talk, man. I don't really have much to say. I just like talking about bipolar disorder. I like talking about mental health. I like talking about mental illness, but most importantly, bipolar disorder because I have bipolar disorder and bipolar 1 at that, where I'm more manic than depressed. Bipolar 2, they have hypomania, where the minimum is 4 days. They can go longer than 4 days, but the minimum is 4 days. But they're more depressed than anything. I believe my mom is bipolar too. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bipolar because it's genetic. She's more depressed than anything, and she gets these little spurts of energy, here and there. She's undiagnosed, no meds, nothing. But I've seen my mother my whole life. So me, on the other hand, I knew something was wrong with me a long time ago. When I was 16, I knew something was wrong. Just didn't know what. I knew I was different from my friends. They knew I was different. I was the crazy one. I was the wild one. I was the leader, so to say, because it was the mania. I could basically get people to do what I want, not cult type shit, but the mania draws people in. You have so much energy. You're talking so fast, and everybody's like, oh shit, and they're hyped, so they get with you and they go do this reckless impulsivity with you, and they don't want to do this, but it's you, and you convince them to do it, and they're having fun, but then y'all get in trouble, and you take the blame because obviously it was your fault. So I just knew I was different all my goddamn life. I used to tell my friends all the time, like, man, something wrong with me. I don't know what, but something's wrong with me. In family, oh, that's just, you grew up in D.C., the streets, blah, blah, blah. I ain't got shit to do with the streets, man. ain't got shit to do with the streets. I knew something was wrong with me, especially in boot camp when I was in the military. It was definitely something wrong. But we just chalk it up to, oh, that's D. That's just how he is. He's just wild. He's out there. I was out there. I'm still out there. But now I know why. And it was due to mania. I barely got depressed. I get depressed, don't get me wrong. But because I have bipolar 1, it's more manic episodes than anything. So imagine you just normal, chilling. You get, say you get depressed for a good 3 days or whatever. And I'm not gonna say I had the whole depressive episode. Let's just say depression. Got depressed for 3 days, and just feeling sad, hopelessness, guilty, worthless, blah 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 blah. But something would spark it, and the next thing you know, I'm super elevated. I'm talking so much shit, like I'm the fucking man. I'm God out here. Blah blah. That grandiosity, that delusions of grandeur, man. Thinking I'm the Buddha, thinking I'm Jesus. It's a lot of stuff that went on. So I was happy with the diagnosis. Not really. I questioned it a lot until I stopped taking my meds to really see. And my last manic episode was out there, man. It was out there. So I respect it. Respect bipolar a lot. I do know I have it now, because checking the DSM-5 constantly, and watching videos and seeing my behavior. So my therapist even saw my behavior once, and we had to cancel therapy because that's how manic I was. We had to cancel that day and reschedule for another day because of how manic I was. Yeah, but that's it, man. I just want to talk about that a little bit, get that out there. Yeah, I want to talk about mental health a lot. Like, I want to be on platforms and shit talking about it. I want to be on radio shows talking about it, TV talking about it. I'm a musician. I just need to get better at music. It's not even that. I just need to make what I like making and not stand in this box of what people think they want to hear. Because I need to make what I want to make so I can go listen to it. I'm like, cool, I like that. Instead of making something where I think people would like it, I put myself in that little box. Like, oh, they'll like this because it's like everything else. There's no uniqueness in that. There's no diversity in that. So I need to get back to me, making my type of music. Yeah, that's about it. I want to do this a lot. Just drop videos and shit and talk. Because only bipolar people I really know is my wife and my son. Like, because that's my wife has it genetically. I have it genetically. Therefore, my son's gonna have it genetically. And we knew from 5 years old, we knew that something was wrong. And then, we got it figured out. He's on meds now, and he's been living with this for a while. But we're managing it. And now we got to worry about our youngest, because again, it's genetic. It could skip him, but the percentage is way too high because I have it, his mom has it. So there is a 50% chance, probably higher than that, that he will develop bipolar disorder. But, we're going to keep an eye on him and, make sure that we educate him, and so he can properly know once he's 16 and things start happening when you're 16. Things start happening to my oldest when he was 5. So it's like that. My young when my oldest was young at 5, he wanted to commit suicide. That's how we knew something was wrong. At 5, he no longer wanted to live. So we knew something was wrong. But he's here now, about to be 20. So congratulations to him. Yeah. Did I say commit? I don't think I said that right. I'm sorry if I did say commit, because that's the wrong word. He wanted to complete suicide. He wanted to die from suicide. Let's put it like that, because commit is just a bad word, and we're not going to use that word. We're going to change that stigma. We're going to change this, our dialogue as far as mental health goes, so people can know. But yeah, that's it, people. Thanks for listening, for one. I appreciate y'all for listening. Reach out. You got any questions? Anything like that. I can talk about mental health all that damn day. Not your problems, because that's for your therapist, but I can talk about mental health all goddamn day. But yeah, that's about it, man. Peace, love, happiness. Stay blessed under the mighty power of yourself, because we are gods. Make sure self-care and self-awareness and self-motivation is part of your life, and you're waking up to that godhood eventually. There is an all-powerful being in the universe, but we are the representation of that powerful being. So know your worth, people. You are truly gods, and that's what I want to say. Love y'all. Bye.